Hello Tenno, this is Crowbar0 and showing you my Inaros setup. So this is mostly centered around your 1 ability. You're also going to be using your 4 to buff up your armor. What it does is it doesn't really say in any of the info here, but when you charge it up to 100%, it's going to double your base armor. So all your mods, like your steel fiber, all that stuff is going to double in effectiveness, and bring his base armor up to 400. With his 1 ability, this is what you're mainly going to be using. It blinds enemies, so you can go in and you can go for your instant kill with your finisher attacks with daggers. We'll get into the dagger shortly. So as far as this build goes, I just have a corrosive projection. You could also do an energy siphon. It depends on what team you're running. Usually everyone likes to have a corrosive projection running, so just roll with that. We've got a rush. You're going to want to close in the gap between you and your enemies as fast as possible. This will just help you get that done, get it over with. Yeah. He's got tons of health, so we're gonna, and absolutely no shields, as most of you know. So we've got an armored agility that'll also speed you up and increase your armor, your health, and more of your armor. Rage mods, so that whatever damage you take, some of that will go to your energy. You should be pretty good on energy for the most part. You should be able to blind, instant kill in between finishing that attack and going on to the next guy. You'll probably get shot from somewhere, so might as well fill up your energy in the process. Stretch overextended. We want to really bring up that range so that we can blind effectively in a large area in front of us. It will also help, reduce some of the incoming damage. Prime continuity to keep the blind duration up. And streamline just to keep it so that it doesn't cost so much to continually blind one guy after another. And then I'm using Dark Dagger. You could use Ceramic Dagger. I'm using Dark Dagger at the moment just for the Gleaming Blight mod. Ceramic Dagger, you won't have that, but you could equip something like one of your primaries that have like the Raktacernos or something like that as a substitute, so you have some of the procs going off. Covert lethality, that's the main thing that we want. That will cause when any enemy's blinded, you'll be able to do lethal damage, so it doesn't matter what level they are, you'll be able to instantly kill them. Now there is some quirky things against Infested, the Chargers, and the Ancients. They don't like to be they don't like to have the finisher animations going off on them as much. So against Chargers, a little bit easier. You go behind them. I usually like to roll in behind them, and then you do your melee attacks, so you get off the finisher. Ancients, they can be toughy. Toughy. Sounds like a Teflon or something. But they can be annoying sometimes. You'll try to roll in behind them. Maybe it's because somebody else in your party is doing damage to them. They don't like the finishers going off as much, but you can get it off when you do it from behind. I've got a Prime Reach, and you notice that nothing else is really going for straight damage. I'm going for crit and reach, of course, and you've got your Syndicate proc. So Maiming Strike, that's going to bring up your base critical chance by 90%, and True Steel by 60%. Now I probably need to toss a little bit more forma, so I could swap True Steel out for a body count and a blood rush. So whenever you do your slide attacks, that's going to bring it up to, over 100% instead of 98%, which is where I'm sitting right now. Your Fury to increase your attack speed, and we want the crits to help proc Berserker. The speed mods help the finisher animation, so the faster you can get that going, the faster you can just move on to the next guy. Also, something to note, you probably want to run this build if you're hosting. And the reason for that is sometimes you can get some lag because you're not the host, and you go in and you go for an attack, and you're just sitting there for a little bit, and then it does the finisher animation, and that really slows down your kills per second. So this is something to kind of take a note of. Again, if you're using ceramic dagger instead of dark dagger, use something like the Raktacernos. I'm using Soma Prime just to kind of weed down the lower level enemies, so you at least have a decent kill per second. And for your secondary, I would say something like your static core, also your Rakta-ballistica. That one's really nice for mowing down your nullifier bubbles. Only 2 non-charge shots will be able to take it down, and I think that's regardless of their level. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's regardless of their level. And it has a set shrink rate, so you can just fire off 2, don't worry about it, you know, go in for the kill, blind him as soon as that nullifier bubble goes down, and you know, stab him. Or, you know, maybe just go back to the basics with like your Soma or Rakta-ballistica. Now for Inaros, as far as your arcanes for your helm, I've been kind of torn. You could go with the Arcane Ultimatum, which will increase your armor by 60% whenever you do a finisher, and since you'll be doing that pretty often, you'll have an extra 60% armor to help you out. Just soak some more damage. The alternative, which may not be a bad idea, actually might really help, is Arcane Strike, because that will speed up your attack speed, so you can sit there and, well, not sit there, but get your finisher attacks off even faster. So I would definitely recommend that, something like that for your helm. And then for the back, I have Grace. It goes off percentage, so with the build that I'm currently on, with maxed out Grace, I could probably stand around Draco and just laugh at everything that comes my way. And actually, I've been doing that to some extent. So I haven't compared it much with some of the absurd amount of damage reduction that like Chroma has or Valkyr, but it's pretty good. It definitely helps regenerate your health. Anyway, I hope you guys found that informative, and I'll catch you later. Peace.